Well, howdy, welcome to FishTales. I made a froggy fly not too long ago that dove, and although that's a good trait to have, after I used it a while, the foam, the top layer of foam, it was basically 3 layers of foam, that top layer of foam came loose and it made the fly act a little different. So I got to thinking as to whether or not I could use that to my advantage, and I think I can. So I'm starting with a plain old mustad number 2 hook. This is I don't know what these hooks are made out of, but they're very light. They make good fly hooks because they are so light. They don't add any unnecessary weight. This is a number 2, and you can see that number there, 3407 DT, 2-aught. They're not very expensive. They're not extremely high quality hooks, but they certainly do work for what I need to do. Alright, then we just throw up the hook and then get started. I'm going to do this, it's going to be a layered foam fly. And it's going to be about the simplest design that I can come up with. I'm going to use shorter legs, I'm going to use tougher foam, and we'll basically go from there. Alright, first thing I want to do on this fly is put the back legs on it. I'm not going to put long ones in it, I'm going to put short ones. Now that is about it for the tying. Let me strap this down. And I'm actually going to run this forward and capture these feathers all the way up. That'll give the foam something to stick to. Something more than just the thread and the hook. Good bit of mass on there. Bring that down a little bit. Turn those back. There we go. Piece of cake. Now I got a nice little spread eagle profile on that fly with plenty of mass here to put my foam on. Alright, I'm going to use some yellow foam, and I'm going to cut a nice long, cut this all the way up like this. We're going to fold it in half, and trim it like this. Like that. Then we're going to run that hook through that part right there and use it to separate the 2 legs. Alright, I just took that foam, I'm using it to split the legs, and I'm just going to sandwich this thing together, glue the top to the bottom like this. What I'm going to do after that is I'll cut the top out of the way and then use a bottom flap. I'll keep the bottom long and come back over the whole thing. So it's 3 layers thick at the head. Got me some super glue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this back square right behind the eye of the hook. See that, how it's just behind the eye of the hook. And I'm going to put a little slit in the foam underneath it to allow for the eye of the hook. And then we're going to pull that through and go over top like this. That lets that hook stick out just a little bit. And we'll glue that on there too. We're going to come back, we're going to glue the heck out of this thing. I do not want this fly to fall apart. This is a little better quality foam than what I typically use. It's got a little more durability. It's tougher. But let's glue this. After that, I'm going to cut this top off in a V pattern. That's just roughed out now. Now I'm going to take it out of the vise. Any place where I need to put some glue, I'll put some glue to sandwich that together a little bit better. Then I'll start trimming on it. You can shape this. You can even come back with a fingernail file and smooth it out real good. If you want to make a fly that looks better, you can certainly do that. I've done this often enough to know that even the best of the foam flies do not last very long if they work, because the bass just tear them up. See? And that's got a nice shape to it. By putting that foam through the hook like that in the back, that'll keep these legs spread apart better than anything else that I've used. I've put bucktail on there, that just adds complexity. This makes it simple. That fly will look like that from underneath, look like that on top. It's going to stick to my finger. Yep. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let me do a couple of final little tweaks on the foam shape. Alright, now all I gotta do is color it up some. There. And to tell you the truth, that's enough. That is a good fly, just like it is. I'm going to go ahead and color the legs a little bit, but it's for all intents and purposes, that is a finished fly. You could fish it just like that, and it should work just fine. It shouldn't dive. It should skip along the top. It might dive a little, but it should land in the water, and the hook should go down like that, so that when you pull it, it goes like that. But it could dive. It doesn't have quite the arch of the last froggy fly did, but this one will have better leg action. Let me color up these legs a little bit, make it look pretty. Okay. Now I got the legs colored up so they're nice and green. Look at the spread on that one. Comes through the water, sits on the water, looks like this to the fish. Looks like this from the top. That is a very simple froggy fly. That's about as easy as it gets to make a fly that actually works. Thanks for watching. Y'all be good. Bye.